Oxford Street. It's our main high street, London's flagship shopping street, and it's in a very sorry state. It's bus traffic dominated, has a terrible record on crashes and collisions, shops are closing, and this December Crossrail will open with tens of thousands of people accessing Oxford Street in football match crowd conditions every day. So doing nothing is just not an option. Oxford Street has some of the most dangerous junctions in London, and people are sadly being killed and very seriously injured with alarming regularity. Shops are struggling. We've just lost the House of Fraser, and John Lewis are putting their upgrade plans on ice until it's clear that Oxford Street will be improved. Businesses want this project. At public consultation, 64% of the responses supported the plans in some form. There's been bad air all this year on Oxford Street. We've breached EU nitrogen dioxide limits on 127 days so far. We're only halfway through the year, so that is pretty much every day this year. And it's not just a manifesto commitment of this mayor. This is something that Londoners have been crying out for years. No mayoral candidate in 2016 could get away without committing to sort out Oxford Street. London needs this. We should be ashamed to leave our flagship high street in this state. And it's also not okay that one London borough can scupper the plans. The state of Oxford Street affects people living, working, and visiting Oxford Street. We need a solution that reduces traffic overall in the area, provides clean air, effective public transport, and delivers safe walking and cycling conditions. The Mayor does have powers under the GLA Act to pursue this scheme and make it happen. We all know doing nothing is not an option. The Mayor has said that the status quo isn't going to cut it. So this is a really simple motion. It expresses our frustration that this vital project needs all of us pulling together to make this much needed change to our city. And by passing this motion, we're just asking the Mayor to use some of the powers he has access to under the GLA Act as far as he can to keep pressing on with this necessary transformation of Oxford Street. And I hope members will support the motion.
Thank you very much. So, Member Russell to sum up.
Thank you, and thank you for all the comments and contributions to the discussion. I just want to read out something to members. The Mayor and GLA are legally required by the General Transport Duty contained in Section 143 of the Greater London Act 1999 to meet the needs not just of those living but also those working and visiting London. And I think that is why it is really important that we pass this motion today. The Mayor has access to powers that can enable him to push ahead with a project to make this whole area of London better, to reduce the traffic, to clean up the air, and to make sure that Oxford Street is truly a flagship high street for London and actually for the whole of the UK. And at the moment, it absolutely isn't that. I'm very grateful that Assembly Member Dismore is going to support the motion, and I absolutely note his point that we do need to take on board the interests of residents, but we also have to think about a widespread, we don't have to say that just by dealing with Oxford Street, that does not mean that we are pushing pollution to other places. We need to have a solution that reduces traffic, that makes sure that conditions for walking and cycling are safe and convenient and comfortable. And we just need the Mayor to use these legal powers that he already has and fulfil his manifesto pledge.
Those in favour of the motion, please show.
11, Chairman.
Those against?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Chairman.
Okay. The motion is carried.